What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday, and I'm so excited. It is Thrice week. Their new album is hitting today as well, and we are talking about that album on another video that you can check out right here at Johnny Radio. But for now, we are talking my personal favorite top 5 Thrice songs. This was extremely hard to whittle down, and of course, you know, this is as of now. The band has a long way to go, hopefully, but for now, these are my favorites. So let's get right to it. At number 5, Anthology from their 2011 album Major Minor. This song towards the end of the record, I feel really not only sums up that album, but really sums up the essence of Thrice. It's truly like they even make references. It's a little bit meta to some of their older song lyrics within the song. So it's really a great recap of everything up until then. You know, musically, it's got everything that you love about Thrice, just the huge, raw, powerful guitars, Tepe doing that like really cool, you know, over it, the leads that are just, it's soaring, it's anthemic, it's something you love to hear in concert, and of course, the great Dustin Kensrue sounding awesome vocally. It's a great introduction to the band if you don't know anything about Thrice. You listen to Anthology, and if you don't like it, then I think you can move on at that point, but I don't see how you couldn't. So now, at number 4, Digital Sea from the Alchemy Index, Volumes 1 and 2. This being from the Water album of the whole. Of course, there was fire, water, air, and earth, I believe, are the 4 elements that make up the Alchemy Index. And this is just, I think, one of their coolest songs. I mean, it's got a whole kind of digital electronica vibe to it, that kind of noise, that synth that opens up the song, but then it also, as it moves and builds, it's rocking as well. But this was actually the first song that introduced me to Thrice as a band, and I was like, this is different and cool, and has even a little bit of like a Radiohead vibe, which I've heard that they are big fans of them, so that makes sense. But yeah, the Water album is my favorite part of the Alchemy Index. I think it has their strongest batch of songs from that output, and this being my personal favorite. So great track. Now at number 3, Black Honey from To Be Everywhere Is To Be Nowhere. Such a great album by Thrice, and this, I think, is really the standout, along with tracks like Hurricane, which is also a great return to form. But this one takes an unusual turn. It starts with like this kind of weird acoustic riff, but man, it gets heavy, and lyrically, Kensrue is just a master at, you know, a lot of his lyrics are very straightforward. This one is a little bit, but it also uses this black honey as a metaphor for oil and how the world is, you know, basically dependent on it and ready to kill for it if necessary. And, you know, going into a swarm of bees to get my black honey. And yeah, it's brilliantly written, and it's one of their most anthemic yet also kind of dark choruses at the same time. So it's one of my absolute favorites, and that's just number 3. So now at number 2, we talk too much. Circles from the 2009 album Beggars, my favorite record thus far by Thrice. This is such a beautiful and layered ballad that really takes its time to breathe and build, and lyrically it's just it's one of those songs where you really feel a part of it. It's written, you know, from the point of view of we, you know, we talk too much, we talk in circles. And Kensrue is just, I think, he's one of the most amazing lyricists that we have currently today. And unfortunately, I think he really gets overlooked because, yeah, they're one of the greatest rock bands of current day. And they just, when you really sit down and listen to the words and what they mean, it'll really transport you. And this song, especially the way when it builds up to that guitar solo where he's doing that tremolo, oh man, it just it's really quite spiritual, and I absolutely love it. So that is my number 2. Now at number 1, Beggars, from the album Beggars as well, the closing track of this record, and I think one of the greatest closing tracks of any album of all time. I mean, this song, talk about lyrically amazing. This is just pure poetry, talking about, you know, how we as humans are basically an absolute mess. And, you know, the end of this song musically, when it kicks in, it sounds like the world is ending. It's like more apocalyptic in sound than The End by The Doors, for example. You know, that lead that Tepe is doing over it, that dissonant guitar lead. It's just, I can close my eyes and just kind of like, when I'm listening to it, picture buildings collapsing and just like fire coming out of the sky. It is just an amazingly sounding song, an amazing track all around. And again, if you don't know Thrice, where have you been? Go and listen. There will be a link in the description below to listen to this playlist. But that's my top 5, guys. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What would your top 5 Thrice songs be? If you're so bold, leave me a top 10 because they have so many great songs. I mean, at this point, they've got 10 albums. I believe this is going to be the 11th that's hitting today. So check that out as well. You can never go wrong with Thrice. They're always quality. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you. Make sure we got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, top 100s that you can vote on, and so much more. Thank you, and as always, Viva la Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.